Alright, there we go. Actually, probably going to be the attack cap anyway, since this is 99 content. Alright, so the stream's up now. Sorry, everyone. Ordered food for dinner, and it was late. I should have ordered it earlier anyway, but, yep, so that's why I'm running late. But, yeah, let's get this thing going. There it is. Wondering when chainsaw was going to go off. Ooh, and a heavy metal plate to start off. Not bad. Good. I didn't make any adjustments, so I don't know what was going on before. But with the sound always getting kind of goofy, but glad to hear that the sound is good. Yeah, and it would be nice to get a pulse weapon. I mean, with only doing, what is it? I'm trying to think how many pops this is. Trying to think with how much I was doing this before when I was farming this on my main for, I thought I was doing it for Yukon originally, I think. I probably had to go through probably the equivalent of 3 to 4 amount of these before I saw a pulse weapon. But like I said, I did it so much before. I couldn't even tell you how many stacks of those things I went through. I remember, like, the first time I did it when they had the campaign. This is, like, pretty much all I did all month when they had it. And it would be killing it faster as war, but I know Thief does affect drops slightly. I know it's minuscule, but it's something. Oh, sorry, I forgot to do that too. It's been a while since I've done this, so I'm not in the rhythm. The displacers make the mob weaker, is what it essentially does. It essentially lowers. I don't even know what it would do, but it lowers the stats of the mob. So he's not gonna like do as much damage and be as tough as possible, or be as tough as he normally would. Basically, you turn the displacers, and they themselves don't do anything really. It turns it into the clusters. But then when I said initiate. So I can say yes, and that would initiate it with none of the clusters. Or I can come in here and I select how many to kind of select essentially the varying difficulties, but it makes it easier. It does cost 1k per displacer, but I definitely feel it's worth it with just the amount of drops you get out of it. Plus it'll help your kill speed. I'm just going to kill it that much faster. I know if I don't use displacers, when he uses chain spell, he would pretty much, yeah, when meteor would go off, I know he would fry all my trust. Like pretty much, if any trust lived, they would be really weak, and then by the time he cast the next like Ga spell, they would definitely drop. So with displacers, it allows them to stay up. You can buy the displacers. The NPC is actually right behind Jugner Forest's outpost. So if you just outpost warp, or you use the survival guide to warp to Jugner, you then just, you know, walk around the outpost and you can buy them from the guy. I'm trying to think. Did I want to use a braver drink? Was it? Actually, I did want to, yeah. Well, one of the armor drops, even though it's only, what was it, 99 gear. fragmentation goes off. I need to see if Rudra chains that. Let's see. Oh, I didn't see. Did someone else go? Yeah, it is an extremely low drop rate. And like I said, the time when I was getting all the pulse weapons, it you know, wasn't actually, there was no point for them because it was like, you know, they're level 99 gear, and it's like I have item level gear. Ambuscade weapons didn't exist, so, you know, I had one, I kept one because I'm like, oh, well, maybe if I want to use it for glamour or something, and then just threw the rest away, because I was always moving it to, you know, off my main, because it was like, there's no need to use it, you know, since I have item level. I'm like, I'll keep one in case I want it for glamour one day or something. I call it glamour when it's just style lock, but... I didn't see chain spell go off. Well, at least so far I've been getting a good... Like, I'm getting item drops. Because when I've done this in the past, although I've never really done it as Thief, I always either did it as Ninja or War on my main. But Treasure Hunter shouldn't be making that much of a difference, I would think, but... That was a good one. Okay, so the displacers you can get from an NPC behind Jugner, Jugner Forest. So if you go to the outpost, he's like right behind it. So you can either just outpost warp or use the survival guide if you have it. They cost 1k a displacer. As for the cells, you can get them from, I believe it's the Voidwatch officer, any Voidwatch officer. The easiest and quickest one to go to would be Bastock Market at the exit. If you home point warp, there is, I believe it's a Gulka NPC right by the warp. And it should be, if you go all the way down to the bottom of the list, it should say something like reward guarantee or something like that, or it's something about rewards. It's the very last option on the list. You click that, and then there'll be a bunch of options. I believe these cells, which are the only real ones you want, are the second option in the list. There's other cells, and you can trade it, and that increases the number of drops. However, while it increases the number of drops, it doesn't increase the drops of, say, good drops. For this, only the first drop slot is going to be a good drop. Like, it's either going to be a heavy metal plate, rift dross, or the pulse weapon, or like the armor, or some of the other just lower tier weapons I don't really care about. So those are going to be the actual drops, or those wouldn't be the drops you would get by increasing the drop. That's why I don't bother. But these cells actually increase the quality of drops, so it ups the chance of getting better drops. So. Depending what time it is, and actually at the speed we're going, I'm probably going to get another set. Too slow. I was hoping to be able to keep the chain going. More staffs. What KIs are you referring to? Oh, how do I get the temp items? They're specific, I don't remember. Like where exactly you get the ones for temp items. Let me see if I can find real quick. I need a drink, but whatever. Nice, another heavy metal plate. Let's see, Voidwatch temp items. I don't remember where you get them from, like what NM. Remove my braver stuff. Braver and Monarch drink, although guess I did use a Monarch drink, but my braver drink didn't go off. Getting all those staffs. So another heavy metal plate. No cinders or dross yet, though, which is interesting. Love how what is it? The page here talks about it, but doesn't actually give you specifics. What am I farming? I am trying to mainly farm, Rift Cinder is the primary thing. Rift Dross would be nice, because then I'll turn around and sell the Dross for Cinder, for my Almace, and then Heavy Metal Plates are bonus, and then also, if I happen to get a Pulse Weapon, then that's also a really big bonus. So, it's kind of a bunch of things, but the main stuff is really the stuff for Almace is the main thing that I'm doing this for. Everything else is just bonus. Be looking forward to getting some of the spells too. There's another jacket. Oh, I didn't pop temp items. Math was way off in terms of displacers and cells. We'll have to go and get some more displacers. Whoop. Well, thank you. I'm glad that we got the volume thing straightened out. Hopefully it won't get screwed up again. It's apparently been a constant issue even when I thought it hasn't. As far as the two people that were here, I don't know. It looked like they were trying to like pop it, but it's like you see someone here either ask to team up or go to another pop spot. If I see someone at a pop spot I'm gonna go to, I go to one of the other ones. There's 3 in each zone. There's 3 void whatever the things. Can't remember what they're called, like whatever rifts or whatever they're called. Man, it's too bad you can't like trade in like 20 of these staffs for a pulse weapon or something like that. Because the one nice thing about this event, as long as they're like not slowing you down in any way, like as long as they can, you know, replace a trust, and hopefully they're gonna perform better than a trust. there's no real penalty for having more people do this event, because everyone gets their own personal drop pool. You don't get less drops, or you're not splitting drops with other people. That is one of the nice things about this event. That was a really late chain spell. Is this the HD patch? I'm not sure what you're asking, Mark. Yeah, one, it's a pain to sometimes find a camp. Two, like I said, Rift Cinder and Rift Dross. Everyone goes for the heavy metal plates. The NMs that drop the heavy metal plate pouches, that's all you get. You're getting out of whatever its drop pool, you're literally going for their target is one thing out of their drop pool. This guy drops Rift Cinder. He drops Rift Dross, while I really want the Cinder. You know, I don't really care about Dross, but I mean, the thing is I can turn around and sell the Dross, and that sells for decent money. And then I can either buy Cinder with that or buy heavy metal plates. And then it also can drop heavy metal plates. Not pouches, but just straight heavy metal plates. That's a bonus. And pulse weapons. So there's a lot more potential in drop pools for getting stuff. Not to mention Cinder and Dross sells more than plates anyway. So that's typically why I like farming this. Plus, no one really camps this NM. And this NM is like a higher level. He's a little more of a pain in the ass than the ones that people camp in Sky is. So that's why I do this one as opposed to the ones in Sky that, you know, are literally bot camped. Which I wish SC would do something. When you literally have people just standing there, they don't even respond to tells, and they're just literally just like, you know, like literally just bot popping these things. Anyway, I'm not gonna get into that. No, I have not replaced any data files. This is literally vanilla 11, just set to max settings. I've had it set for max settings for a while. I don't know if the stream's somehow coming through better today for some reason. I've definitely seen the stream definitely drops the actual quality, because what I see on my screen is typically looking significantly better than what's, you know, done through the stream, just because, you know, uploading and whatever. But no, I've not made any adjustments to data files in any way, shape, or form. Once again, didn't pop a fool's drink, but it's basically dead at this point. How many petrifacts do I have? I know I'd like to get like a stack of them for the goblin in Sky. trick attack my black mage, because, you know, that's something you always want to do. Dude, this one's going absolutely crazy. Void clusters are basically what you get for trading displacers to the rift or whatever the pop thing is for this. Basically, they lower the stats of the mob. They make the mob weaker, essentially. I think really they just lower its attributes, so he's not hitting as hard. He's not going to hit as hard with nukes and whatever else. Hey, another staff. Who do we lose? Okay. White mage and black mage. What is this? Yeah, the Planner's Rift. Basically, yeah, you trade displacers to it, and they convert into clusters. Now that they're clusters, you just say how many clusters you want to do, and the more clusters, you know, actually lower the stats of the mob. Like I said, if I wasn't lowering... I've definitely killed it before on my main without using any clusters, this guy, solo, but he can be a royal pain, and typically when he chain spells, if I don't weaken him at all, at least by like 2 points, when he starts chain spelling, he like wipes all your trusts. So I like doing it, plus by weakening him, you know, the maximum amount, he typically goes down quicker, he dies faster, so you're just, you know, clearing and just, you know, farming just quicker. It does cost money though, it's 1k per displacer, so essentially I'm paying 5k a fight to weaken him, but I still think it's worth it, because you get decent amount of money just even selling the all the mats and stuff you get here. Wow, that was a good one. But like selling, like some of the spells you get, none of these are worth money, but you can get some spells that are worth money. Positioning on this camp for its trust is just not good. I'm being very bad with my temp items. Oh, okay, I was like, that didn't change? I saw it did change now. Who did we lose this time? We lost the red mage. Another heavy metal plate. The Voidwatch campaign ends at the end of the month. I believe it's going to either the 30th or the 31st. Typically, that's how all their campaigns run. What I was thinking in terms of math for displacers and cells might be way off. And the other really good campaign for making money that's going on is was it Walk of Echoes. Still haven't done that yet. I need to make sure I go and get, if nothing else, go and get a Pixie Hairpin +1. Definitely need to make sure I get one of those before the month is out. No, the XP one went the whole month, but the XP one was kind of tricky because there was like multiple campaigns. It like started and it was just the XP. Then there was like XP plus where like your rings lasted longer for your XP bonus rings. Then it went back to not having the rings, but it went like all month like, you know, they typically do. Like typically they weren't always doing this, but I mean, in like the last year, they've been pretty consistent with the trends for. I didn't need to actually pop that. They're pretty consistent that the campaigns seem to always start on the 11th and they go till either the 30th or the 31st. So typically it just goes till the end of the month. And so you can pretty much count on the campaigns there. It's like from the 11th till the end of the month. Pretty much across the board every time. Yeah, last month was weird because they had like certain campaigns, then there were certain other campaigns that were campaign pluses, and that was only for like a week and a half. Then they went back to just being normal till the end of the month. It was odd. Get rid of the staff just so I'm not getting the error for if and when another one drops. Like, you already have this, you can't reobtain it. Never did find out which NMs you have to kill for temp items. I remember it's multiple ones also. And the best thing to do is go, especially since the campaign's going, is just go through and just kill them all. Just so that way you're getting all the key items, you're clearing all of Voidwatch. Because, I'm trying to remember exactly, you need to get to a certain point, I know, so you can unlock the Empyrean weapon skills to be able to do it any time. I know Voidwatch is tied into that. There's some other things you get by making sure you go through pretty much all of Voidwatch. All the way up until the last NM. I'm not even sure. Did I clear that on her? Because you do want a... You would ideally want to go and do the final NM, which is like that crystal dragon thing, because you actually get a rare enemy Vorseal for Estia zones by clearing it. However, I know the... I can't even remember what zone it is, but whatever zone you fight like the crystal dragon, and I know there's a couple prerequisite fights before you can even get to him. I didn't pop temp items. I know the campaign doesn't affect lights for those fights, which is kind of annoying. You'd have to do it like the campaign wasn't going for all those fights in that zone. Oh. I think... Too busy chit-chatting. Jess is just sitting there. For some reason I thought I popped it waiting for the rift to respawn. Man, keep getting plates, which is good, but no rift cinder or dross. You could do that. If you wanted to just do a macro, that would work for trading, but I mean, I think it's easy to just do that. Because I'm trading both things at the same time. I'm not having to wait for a macro to go through and go doot, 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 since these are all at the bottom of my list anyway. I don't really use trade macros to pop things unless there's like competition and you only need to trade one thing. Although depending on popping, this works slightly differently than... Because this is trading items beforehand, you're not actually popping it, so... It's kind of two different situations. Alright, I'm not getting that chain. Who do we lose? Oh, we lost Zed. There's one. Rift Cinder. Alright. Alright, 4 more pops, then I'll have to go pick up some more displacers. Yeah, Providence. I think it's Providence Watcher, yeah, it's the NM. The Crystal Dragon. Yeah, the TH does help it. It even says, if you look at the top of my log right there. See, Cauliflo's Treasure Hunter skill increases alignment by 9% across the board. Now, 9% isn't a lot, especially when you're talking the total percent for that, you know, that we're going for is the red, which is 550%, you know, increase for drops. So it's like 9% when, you know, I'm getting the total cap at 550, but it's still something. Like I said, this doesn't help it much, but it's a little bit. Oh, there goes re-raise. Make sure I pop Fool's Drink, just so there's not crazy shenanigans. Did we lose this time? Red mage. Soromoru does like to drop. Gotten 5 plates and 1 rift cinder. No, that's accurate. Like I was saying, in Providence, when you're like fighting the Providence Watcher and all the preliminary fights to even get the Providence Watcher, yes, are not under the campaign, which sucks. This is why you don't ever really see people do it. You will see people, though, at least on Asura, like shout during the campaign to go do it for clear, because you do get rare enemy Vorseal just for clearing the fight. I know I did that on my main. It's not an easy fight though. It's quite a tough fight. You can use displacers though on it. Oh, I didn't see. Actually, I think I mentioned it before, but forgot. Re-race is down. Another plate. Wonder if the percent is exactly what your treasure hunter is at. So if I get 8 and I'm not even trying, it's 8%. I'm guessing 9 when it pops up. Probably get it 13% if you kicked it up to 13. Oh, ew. I just popped it with no displacers or cells. That's not good. So, said, he's gonna chain spell and just take all the trust down. See if I can pull it off. Another thing I gotta worry about is he can charm. When he gets to low HP, I know he'll charm. And I think that's the charm. Or maybe it's not? Oh, I guess it is, and I just resisted it. Hold it off. Yeah, so right there, that's the perfect example why you want to use, well, at least on this guy, displacers. I can understand other NMs not using displacers, but very clear difference in difficulty of the fight. Pop this before I resummoned. Do I have that? Don't think I do. Yeah. Wait. Faux Lullaby 2. I don't have Faux Lullaby 1. Alright, 2 more fights and then I'll go pick up some more displacers. Because cobalt cells, I explained that earlier. Cobalt cells increase the number of drops you get. However, they increase the number of drops. So I would be getting, nice, another cinder. So I would be getting an additional drop in the drop pool. However, that does not affect the good drops. The good drop is always the first drop slot. So the pulse weapon, rift cinder, rift dross, and heavy metal plate, and any other either weapon or armor that he can drop is always going to drop in the first slot. So using a cobalt and getting an additional, drop, but it's only going to be like crafting materials and stuff. It's just kind of like, eh. I just don't feel it's worth it. It's like, I'm already clogging up my inventory space with enough other junk. I don't want to really clog it up with, one additional thing per fight, is really my logic behind why I don't do it. I mean, if you want those crafting materials and stuff, for whatever reason, if you're going to be using them for crafting, or you just want to get extra stuff to try and stack and sell or anything, then by all means, trade them. But, for me personally, just more stuff that's kind of junk. I mean, I know you can sell some of it for decent money and stuff. And definitely the spells are worth, some of the spells are worth good money. But, yeah, like I said, in terms of, what I'm really focused on, I just, it would just be one more thing to buy, one more thing to burn crew on. Not that the crew is a problem, especially if you're spamming out Voidwatch. You get ridiculous crewer spamming this out. I remember on my main, I spammed this out so much that when I went and was doing my Nirvana weapon skill trials to get my Nirvana up to 99 and eventually make it 119, I had so much crewer. What I would end up doing is I literally set up another heavy metal plate. I had so much crewer, I ended up setting up a damage taken set for summoner. And would, go in Abyssia and just, giant pull whatever mobs I needed to for whatever trial, pop a brew, and then would just keep Garland of Blissing, because it would then, of course, one-shot them, and you're getting TP so fast, and would just do that to quickly get through the trials. But to be able to do that, you needed a lot of crewer. But, I mean, it was actually kind of a fun way to get through trials. Especially it's one thing if you're doing it and you're doing it on a melee job. I don't really recommend burning your crew that way. But for summoner, because since you had a melee, get the TP and then do the TP move, and it was just brutal too, because when I was doing Garland of Bliss, I was only doing 2k, which was 40% of the mob's health. So it's I gotta get the mob to 20% to make sure I kill it so he doesn't resist. And I just found that to be much easier in that situation. Alright, so I don't think I have these spells. White Mage isn't leveled yet. Let's see what I have. So, ninja. Nice. Bard, and then red mage. Oh, I already know gain strength. I already know gain dex. Okay. So what am I doing for inventory? Alright, so I have 3 stacks of cells. Let me see something. No, I agree. I feel like the way that BG Wiki is written, it's written so if you're aware of the information and you're aware of how the event works, then it makes sense most of the time, but even sometimes it's not laid out properly. If you're like a new person who knows nothing about the event or nothing about what's going on and trying to figure it out, you read it and you're like, what am I even reading? It's not written well at all for like a new player who doesn't really have context of what's going on. It's actually pretty horrible, honestly, in my opinion. Like I said, if you know what's going on, you can then typically parse it out and figure it out. But yeah, I agree. It's not. It could be so much better, well organized. I mean, the old wiki is so much better if it has information on the content. There's a lot of new content that there's just no information on the old wiki. So it's a mess. That's why I kind of started making these videos, because I was like, it was really bad. Like I said, I know my friend, when we first came back, we were trying to access Alluvian Skirmish because we didn't have access to like bailed weapons at that time when we came back. We didn't have access to ambuscade to get ambuscade armor. That stuff wasn't in the game when we first came back, and it was like the way to like break in to get to 119 was to go do Alluvian Skirmish. And it was like, okay, so to do Alluvian Skirmish we need to get to Eorzea. And it was like, okay, to get there we go to this. But we weren't aware that you have to get all those key items to like, you know, do the Reeves. And what is it? I think my friend spent probably about just 10 hours of just research on what to do to get there. That's not even talking about doing it. Which is why we made that one like key items for getting started in Adeline video. The funny thing is that video was originally going to be like 45 minutes, and I was like, no, we can cut it down. And we did that with maps and everything and cut it down to whatever it's at now, which I think it's great that we have that much information condensed in that little amount of time. Alright, let's see. Okay, we can do that. Dang. Okay, well, I guess if I get, you know, another copy of that, don't NPC it. I mean, that is only about 100k, 10k sparks, but still. The other question is, how many of them are up right now? No, actually, you said that. That's the other thing. When this event comes around, a lot of items, like the spells and all this stuff, because people are spamming it out, it crashes hard. And 15 up, but that's why, because it costs almost 100k from an NPC in Juno, so that makes sense. I know when I would do this on my main, I would check the prices on like most things. And then typically I would like do a session because inventory space. I didn't I didn't have the space to even clean it out like I did for her. But I would do like basically the same amount of pops I just did, but then take a break, go send like all the crafting items to a mule just to get them off of me, and then get them in stacks, and then would sell the stacks. And then would go get more displacers, and then go do it again, and just rinse, repeat. But then would like, you know, keep track of you know, what spells we're selling for and everything. I just at this point don't really care. Just trying to make progress and get Almace. Been working on Almace for what, like 9 months now? I mean, I haven't been like actively focusing on it, been doing lots of other things, but still I've been working on it for quite a long time. Now that like Warriors Master and stuff, I plan on having like the next few streams be focused on getting all the stuff for Almace and Abyssia. I was planning on doing it this week, but then it was like, well, with the campaigns going, it's like, do I want to go do Abyssia farm for those items? Do I want to go do Voidwatch, or do I want to go do Walk of Echoes? And that was what I was like tossing up what to do for this stream. I ended up deciding on this because I've streamed doing Walk of Echoes before. It's like I've never streamed doing Voidwatch. Let's trade displacers and stuff so we don't have a repeat. There we go. Oh, Mog tablets are up. Ah. What? Another one of those stupid jackets. Honestly, if you're looking just to make money to progress a character, go do Walk of Echoes. Walk of Echoes was probably the event that really helped get Caulifla off the ground when they had the campaign going. Like, there's a lot of items in there that you can get. Like, pixie hair, like, let's even see. I mean, the price has probably dropped already since the campaign's going. But, like, let's take a look. Some of the items that I know that just goes for ridiculous amounts of money. What's even happening right now? Decimated all my trusts. I know, what is it, like Pixie Hairpin, I've seen it sell for as much as like 8 to 9 mil. And right now it's going for about 5 mil. Although it's going for about that much even before the campaign started, which is kind of interesting, but... let's see, what is it? Wind Buffet Belt is another one that's worth money. I think it's Enhancement Earring. But yeah, basically what I would do is I would do the event, just kind of spam out whatever chamber was, you know, having a lot of people, so that way you're just clearing it fast. And as soon as you get an item, just go back to town, send it to yourself, so that way you're able to obtain another one. If you have the item that you use on a character anyway, again, make sure you send it to yourself so you're not using it while you're doing Walk of Echoes, so that way you can obtain another one. But, like, I remember I made a lot of money and, like, really got her off the ground during a Walk of Echoes campaign when I was first, like, getting her going. Stupid knockback. Jeez. Wind Buffet Belt's currently going for 8 mil. I mean, it's dropping. The last couple sold for 7.5. And that's like another thing you can do is you can farm these items up, just hold on to them till like 2 or 3 weeks after the campaign ends, because the price will start going up because supply will have dropped. I know I did that with some items also from it. What's the other one? I can't remember how it's typed. It's, this thing's worth, I remember, was worth a bunch of money when I got it. Enchanter's Earring. Yeah, like the last one of those sold for 12 mil, but it looks like it's consistently going for about 9. But that's just some examples of things you can do to make real easy money. Flume belt, Wind Buffet belt, the Enchanter's earring, Pixie hairpin. Trying to think, there's like one or two other good money items from it. But yeah, that's how, like I said, made money. Because I've definitely had it too, where I've like gone, everyone's spamming the whatever chamber for Wind Buffet belt. I've definitely gone, gotten the belt, left, turned it in, came back, did it again, and gotten another belt, left, turned it in. Now I'm not saying that happened frequently. When it was happening and I was first getting it off the ground, I was doing the event. That was like the main thing I was doing while the campaign was going. Was like going in. And the funny thing is, I wasn't even trying to do the event originally to make money. The original thing I was doing I was like, I can get some drops that I want, because it's like I wanted the Flume belt. I think I wanted the Wind Buffet belt also. But the thought process was, it was like, I will get stuff so I can actually get the Empyrean weapon skills without having to spending any money, because I'm farming it, and I'm getting decent CP and XP. That was essentially my thought process by doing it. I got dagger, but it's the NQ dagger. So it's the HQ of this dagger, which is the pulse weapon. It's interesting that we finally see at least the NQ. I'm trying to remember, can you turn that in for possibly a cell? I don't remember. I'm gonna hold on to it just in case. I know that I think they made changes to that. Hold on to it and just trash if I get another one out of the box. It depends. Different ones are different ways. I mean, you have to always kill something as the objective. But yeah, pretty much just kill everything in the room or kill the mega boss. Like the one for Flume belt. I think it's Flume belt. Yeah, the one for Flume belt. You just need to kill the mega boss. The one for Wind Buffet belts, you need to. Actually, the one for Wind Buffet belt, you don't have to kill everything. There's 3 harpies you have to kill, and then there's a bunch of birds. You don't have to kill the birds, you just have to kill the harpies. There are some, though, you have to... The one for Pixie Hairpin, they're all chimeras, and you have to kill all the chimeras to clear. So, I mean, it really depends. But yeah, it's you basically have to kill everything or just some certain stuff. The thing is, during the campaign, it's typically easy as long as you're not doing some weird off-chamber. As long as you're doing one that's typically decent money drops, there's going to be lots of people doing it. At least if you're on a more, populated server. But I even remember when I first came back to the game, and the campaign for Walk of Echoes was actually going while I was still on Valifor. Ha! Talk about that and, of course, get another knife immediately. But, even on Valifor, because Valifor was dead, I remember doing the event and there was plenty of people there doing it, so... Like, honestly, Walk of Echoes is probably a better money maker and easier to make money than this. It's just, obviously, this is, focused drops. This is focused on making, Empyrean weapons, so. But I know, I've known people to do this to make money. Like, they're farming whatever, the plates and stuff to sell and make money, but... I think between the two campaigns, I think Walk of Echoes is a much easier moneymaker, at least in my opinion. At least from all the ways I've seen that you can make money and how fast that items can come in. come on. Nice. Yeah, I can see doing this for getting the crystal petrifacts to turn in. That's why I wanted to get 99. I'll make sure I do that. Only 16 so far, but easier thing than just the crystal petrifacts and a chance for a pulse weapon. Legion, but this typically has better other drops, like I said, doing this Rift Cinder, Dross, yada yada yada. So this is also slightly easier than Legion is anyway. But just thought it would be worth mentioning. Because it actually doesn't take that much to get the honors. Because I think it's only 12 honors too, where this is 99 petrifacts. But this is, I mean, Legion can be decent money, but this is definitely better money than Legion money. We should have popped the full, but at this point, I just don't care. It would have been interesting to try and fight at like level 99, where everyone was at with like an alliance. Had to be a tough fight. Now I ought to see, can you... I don't think I can, but... I don't think I can do anything with that. I think it's definitely the HQ. Rift Dross. It's not bad. I didn't even look. How much is that stuff going for right now? I haven't actually kept up with these prices at all. Geez, 300k? That stuff dropped like a rock. What is... What? Heavy metal plates have gone up in price? Huh. Find it funny. So what is cinder at then? So Rift Dross dropped in price dramatically. Rift Cinder's actually about what it's been for a very long time, and plates have gone up. Interesting. Huh. Use bully and then get behind it. If anything, but gave me amnesia. Lost the element. I think, is that the first time we've lost it? think that knife does anything. Yeah, I don't think it does anything. You need the HQ weapon. I don't think you can do anything with the NQ. I don't know why I remember they were like, when they made the ambuscade weapons, they did something, mentioning something with it. I don't know. Might just be remembering incorrectly. TH5. I never resummoned Zed. our white moon. One thing that is about this event is it does get old really quick. I know, again, when I was farming Almace and was doing this on my main for his Almace, you know, when you're basically doing this for half the day on like a Saturday, it gets old really quick. Because like, let's say you were doing like Walk of Echoes, there's at least a bunch of different chambers, and you're moving around, and there's variety. This is like I'm just standing in place, popping the same item over and over and over again, and trying to kill it as fast as possible. It does get old really quick. It is the one downside I can say to this event. It's easy. It's got really good rewards, but and it can be fun when you go and like do a couple fights, but if you're doing, you know, getting into the point where you're doing, you know, 3 figures worth of fights of the same MM, it does get old. No more staffs. Don't need any more staves. I have enough of them. Oh. It's the other thing, because I would have liked to get to the point where I'm at 99 Petrifax. I'm only at 22. Suppose if I really do want them, could start using Cobalts, but yeah. There's another gain intelligence. Or, apparently I already have one. Where is it? Yeah. It didn't make darkness? What the heck? Oh, man. That was a quick one. Nice. Another rift cinder. Oh, man. Was he trying to pop? I'm guessing he was trying to do a pop for a clear is what it looked like, but again, you see someone spamming it out, either ask the team up or, you know, go to another pop. I'm not like just popping one. After you see me, like, if if I pop one and I'm just still standing there, and like, especially after I kill the MM, you see me popping temp items, it should be quite clear that I don't plan on going anywhere. I mean, maybe you just wanted to watch? I don't know. Who do we lose? Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the problem is, yeah, YouTube definitely drops the quality for when streaming. I mean, that's the thing. The next big purchase I want to make for my channel is actually to get a substantially better computer for, streaming. Like, no. Like, I plan on when I actually, have expendable funds to, go towards my channel, that I'm gonna go a little overboard with building the PC that I'll be using to, like, stream all my content, so I can definitely, try and push the resolution up that it's taking, the frame rate, and all that stuff. Sad part is, because all the other things I have going on right now, I have no idea when that's going to be. Didn't put treasure hunt on that. Dark Carol 2, I don't think I have. Did I pick those up? Or maybe I picked those up and I don't have the regular carols. Or I apparently have 0 carols. Alright. 18 more pops. Oh yeah, the new AMDs I heard are just ridiculous. The ones that came out. If I had extra money, I probably would have bought stock in AMD. when they announced the new chips and saw the performances and everything. I've always liked AMD. I mean, I like AMD and both Intel, but I do like AMD processors. Nice. Yeah, you can definitely make decent money, like I said, from all the drops from this. You're just getting overabundance, and you can easily make up the money for the displacers. Remember, I mean, this was a while ago, but I remember talking to someone in-game, and they were like, oh, but displacers are so expensive. And they actually are substantially more expensive if you haven't gone through, what is it, Rhapsody Missions of Vana'diel. You definitely go through them. I think if you haven't like gone through it at all, and you don't have any of the key items that lower it, I think it's like 20k a displacer as opposed to 1k. And obviously that would make a huge difference in terms of money. But you definitely can make your money back and then some without even putting up too much effort for the displacers. Tagged this yet with Treasure Hunter. So let's see. 3 rift cinder, 2 rift dross, and 7 heavy metal plates. That's not a bad haul. I wouldn't say it's great. I've definitely gotten substantially better in all the time spamming this out. But it's not bad. It's decent. Definitely had worse too, was the other thing. But yeah, so far it's not been a bad haul at all. How many step skill chain did we get off there? That was really good. Good, we can't get that flowing more often. That was a fun one. Nice. Wait, did I ever? I don't think I ever got break. Or was it break I didn't get? Did I get break? Okay, no, break good. Nice. Or actually, I do already have it. That was too fast. Keep the chain going. So definitely do need to sit down and study more just about skill chains, and I've wanted to do that and make, sit down and make a video that breaks down skill chains and how, as long as you know properties, how to easily know what to do and how to do that. But I haven't taken the time to really study to try and simplify it down. But I really don't know why. It's like I'll do evisceration. I'm seeing Zed then do, was it ground strike, that's making fragmentation, and then I'm doing evisceration, and in theory that should do gravitation. So I don't know why it seems like after fragmentation, gravitation can't kick off. I don't know if there's, I don't know. There could also be something about evisceration, depending on its properties, how it does, that I'm just missing. So I don't know. I'll have to think about it. Like I said, go do some research. I've wanted to for a while to sit down and come up with like a skill chain guide to break it down for people, but I haven't taken the time to do that yet. I am curious, and I'm gonna have to go do. I'll probably do research tomorrow when I have downtime imaging PCs at work. Figure out why after fragmentation or ground strike that evisceration is not making gravitation. It's not making logical sense to me at the moment. Yes, they are from an Atmosite. There's certain items you can kill that will give you certain ones, and it's not just one Atmosite or what. It's definitely like multiple ones. Like you'll get one from, say, you'll kill an NM, you'll get one that'll give you temp items, and it'll give you like potions. It'll give you like, say, all the potions and ethers, and that's it. And there'll be like another one that'll give you this stuff. And then there's another one that'll give you, like, I don't know how it breaks down, and I don't remember which NMs it is. Because at this point, I have it going. Excuse me. But, yeah, like I said, I don't remember what NMs. That we were having a discussion earlier. I tried looking it up real fast and could not easily find the answer. I mean, I know it's out there. I've done the research before and found it. You know, back when I was going and getting clears and whatever, however many, half a year ago or whatever it was. But I mean, now's the best time to try and go through anyway and just get all the clears so you're getting all the key items for Voidwatch, since all you got to do is pop and kill it. Since lights are maxed. Because what is it? You would need to get white light to guarantee getting a key item off an NM. And I believe you could get it without getting white, but it was like, I don't know, 0.5% chance. Alright, down to a stack of cells. Cool. Good luck making progress. I know some of the NMs get annoying with like death moves and stuff. I remember one of the ones going through clears that I had the most difficult with was I don't even know what the NM or it's called. It's like a giant samurai with like 4 arms and swords. Looking, it's like kind of like Ravana for anyone who's played 14. Don't remember what weapon types they are. I'm pretty sure it's undead. But he's at whatever zone is by. It's like Fort something. It's by Windy in the path. Curious. Yeah, here. The one that's here. I remember him being a pain. Definitely needed to use displacers on him. Didn't even need to pop away. I already had TP. Wish the Champion's Tonic lasted longer. Actually, I should probably be popping the Champion's Tonic when I start the fight. That's what I should be doing. And another Dark Carol. 1k TP before I can put my TP gear back on. Wait, is Horde Lullaby not rare? It is? I thought I got another one. So I know I used the first one when I went back to town, so. That was a good one to end it. Koru, we dropped. Man, I was getting like all the weapons and stuff earlier, and now they just like stopped. Not that I'm opposed to that. I hate seeing that staff like every other fight. 8 more fights to go. Another NQ knife. Oh, now I'm wondering how many fights did I just do without Koromoru? Remember him dying a bit back. I don't think I ever resummoned him. Man, have my inventory completely clear, and now it's almost completely filled. Crazy. There's the staff. 11 o'clock already? Man, lost track of time. Did start late though, so that's one thing. Damn amnesia. And then sneak attack to the face without bullets. That's a smart move. Second I saw I had a 5k evisceration, I was like, that's bad, but then I saw it was just a 5k nuke, which is pretty good. I wish I could take like 5 of those knives and turn them into an HQ somehow. Like Carol. I think I have. Yeah, I have Holy too. I haven't seen that tonight. What's that? That's like the thief. It's like the white DD body piece. Yeah. Alright, 3 more. That was a good one. I guess Z jumped in there. Why did light go off? No, why gravitation didn't go off there. Alright, last one. Let's hope it's a good one, because actually, I haven't gotten anything good, really. Anything that I was really aiming for in this, like, last set. We got, like, a ton of heavy metal plates to start, but we haven't gotten any lately. I could leave the Pixis here, but I doubt anyone's gonna come up, but if they happen to, that would be a dick move to leave it there. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah. Gonna use whatever spells I can real quick before I end it. But yeah, I'm gonna get ready and wrap it up. So if anyone has any questions, I know there's been times where people ask questions right at the end of the stream and then I end it and not answer them. So now would be the time to. Let's see, what spells do I have that I can learn? Carols were one, so switch to Bard. Yeah, almost full inventory. And actually, did I get a stack of almost anything? Petrified logs is close. No, it doesn't look like. But the fact that that filled up my inventory, 74 of 80? Although this takes up a lot. And most of that all NPC. So Bard, I think Red Mage is another one. Got all that. I'm 90% sure I have Holy 2. Yeah, I do. I think I have all these spells also, but we saw Break go. Yeah. I figured as much. Alright. Well, that's it, guys. I'm gonna wrap this up because I got to be to work in like 7.5 hours. Ugh. Alright, guys. Well, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for supporting the channel. And as always, may you have success in all you do. Decent amount of cinders and Ross there.